See, part of our problem is, and the ignorance and stupidity of mankind and of humans is this myth, this idea of equality and thinking that all of our opinions are the same. Why the hell will we listen to Kanye about anything presidential or anything political? Same with this goddamn coronavirus. Why the hell would you not listen to experts and people who know what the hell they're talking about? All of a sudden, everybody's an expert on shit they know nothing about. But now they have the answers on what we should do with the economy and what we should do about the coronavirus and what we should do about South Korea and North Korea and shit like that. Give me a break. Stick to the people who know. This is where this country and human beings have just gone so far out of the freaking realm into being delusional that it's almost it's offensive in this day and age. Right? Let me ask you this. Right? Would you go to your mechanic, right, for your heart problems? Would you go to the doctor and take his advice on your car? Then why the hell would you listen to anybody who's not an expert in the field of medicine to talk about medicine, in the field of politics, to talk about politics, and etc. down the line? Why do we just think that anybody can do this shit? Why do we think that any person is capable of being involved in politics or being an elected official or having any reasonable, intelligent opinion? Why? Where the hell did this idea come from? Because the shit doesn't make any sense to me at all whatsoever, for which we think any old random guy can just make quality, intelligent decisions and shit. Are you nuts? This is why democracy stinks. Because every idiot thinks that they can do it and shit. And every idiot thinks that their opinion matters and shit and is just as valuable as the next and thus needs to be heard. No, some of that dumb shit don't need to be heard. Kanye does not need to be heard on anything political. Half of these assholes don't need to be heard on anything political. Athletes as well. Give me a break. And I'm not a shut up and dribble guy, but give me a break on thinking that you're some expert on shit. Stick to what you do best and let people who actually know what the fuck they're talking about, let them talk about those things. The Trouts and Fauci, the one guy who's an expert on Corona Fauci is the one guy being trashed in the media. What kind of stupid shit is that? Yeah, but let's take some guy who knows nothing about medicine, 7 bankruptcies and 4 or 5 baby mamas and everything, and the shitty president. But let's take his expert advice on medicine. Yeah, because that makes sense. Yeah, that's the America we know. Yes, indeed. I've seen this shit in the last couple of days. We're also just watching the old Planet Earth and shit, watching Animal Planet and watching the animals and nature taking its course and shit like that. Man, humans are the worst. You can watch all other animals and shit hunt and prey upon each other, and you see that kind of cycle of life and shit. You're just thinking to yourself, yeah, that's nature and shit. I get it. I get why he had to eat that guy. It's only when you introduce humans into the mix where shit just gets left and all fucked up. It's only with humans. It's only when you put human beings in this situation that shit go wrong. Boy, we're a terrible species. Man, are you kidding me? We're the only people who would be like, there, you know, this guy's an expert on the field and shit, and he knows exactly what he's talking about. But you know what? Nah, I'm going to go with this guy over here who's got records and raps and shit and is married and lives in California and has a whole lot of money. That guy is the one I'm going to follow. Who the hell else would do some shit like that besides the human race? What other species on Earth would be that dumb? That's stupid. Who else? Us. God, that's why I have no faith and trust in human beings at all whatsoever. Just prove yourselves over and over again. Are you nuts? This guy don't know shit or else it is about nothing that is worth voting for. Okay? We're dealing with this shit right now with an idiot who thought it was like running a business. Come to find out, shit ain't like running a business at all. Hey, kind of gonna do? Run that shit like a record label? Yeah, because that makes a whole lot of sense. The hell is he going to be able to teach Americans real this about being presidential? Are we just nuts? Are we really following this crap? What other idiot and moron needs to run for office that we think can do it? The Rock? Come on, people, Americans. Jesus, Lord. The Rock going to run for president? Kanye going to run for president? Yeah, you want to Oprah to run for president? God, give me a break. Jesus Christ, we're the only people dumb enough to think anybody could do an important job and shit. That's the ignorance and stupidity of mankind, and particularly Americans. The only ones foolish and ignorant enough to think anybody can do it. No, they cannot. Give me a break. These people a lot of people have no business doing what they're doing. Not cut out, unfit, ill-prepared, not the moral character or aptitude to do so. And we have them there doing the shit right now. And then you wonder why shit don't work. Or why things aren't working out the way they're supposed to be. You got the wrong people doing the wrong things. This is just another instance of the stupidity of mankind and the American attitude. We just think any old guy who's got a whole lot of money and been successful can lead. No, they can't. Leadership, like being political, are two different things. It's not just being a good guy. Who cares about that crap? Well, some of you do, which is why you're in the miserable existence for what you're in, but that's another discussion. Come on, give me a break with every actor, rapper, and athlete and musician thinking that their voice is worth listening to and somehow they've got it all figured out. Not all of them are bad. I don't get, there's levels of this shit, of course. You know what I'm saying? What they say back in the day. You know, there's levels to this. Some are more woke and enlightened than others. But none are worthy of taking their word and shit to the bank and running on that shit and voting for that shit. Are you nuts? Who the hell does that? Stop it already. I'm not listening to none of these guys. If we don't wake up, pull our heads out of our ass and wake up from this shit, we don't listen to people who are smarter than us, who are experts in their fields, and let them do it. Everybody needs to, stay in your lane, man. Some people, stay where you are. And you don't need to put your input. Your input hurts society and shit, okay? We were on the right track and shit. Then some asshole in the back of the classroom and shit was going, let's go to lunch. Man, we were this close to getting this shit done. You know what I'm saying? Right? Been there. Man, we're just close to getting to the answer and shit. And then some dumbass in the back goes, maybe we should do something else. That's the American life in a nutshell. But there's too many idiots in the back of the classroom going, hey, let's go to lunch. What about Arby's? Get the fuck. Come on, people. Let's do better than this. We got to. So on this one, give me a break segment. Can we just stop it with the Kanye for president and The Rock for president and Oprah for president and every other B-list and ignorant actor out there who thinks that their liberal progressive ideology is the one that could defeat Trump? Stop it. I'm not falling for this crap anymore. Okay? For the real voters and the real people out there, come on now. We know better than this shit. That's why they're pissed off at us. That's why they're trying to shame us and shit into voting and everything else. Just here they go. The anti-Biden Bernie people out there shaming everybody else into voting for Biden and shit. Listen, two terrible candidates. Here's the one thing that liberals don't understand that beyond their realm of thinking, right? For some people, some of us, shit ain't been, the last 4 years, ain't been as bad as you would like to think it is. Some of us who don't get involved in the cultural bullshit and everything else it is and just focus on a couple of things, our career, our money, and everything else it is. Yes, we get that cages are bad and shit, and we are all about immigration reform, and we don't like to see a border wall and money being spent and shit like that, for sure. But that's not going to break us off the bottom line. You're not going to give me the vote just because I should feel bad and shit. That's what every other moron does. That's what we're not going to do. You're not going to Sarah McLaughlin me into voting. Or to picking for some racist moron. You're not going to do it. Sorry. A different strategy. But I'm sorry to tell you, some of us don't care about that crap. We understand it. But if you're going to get me on some moral heartstring shit, man, there's a long list of moral causes that we could go out there and champion. So if you want me to vote on every single tearjerker moral cause, we'll be out here all day. And we'll be voting across ticket, this ticket, that ticket, every other goddamn candidate, and all the candidates will be grouped into one bunch. Give me a break. So this isn't going to be some cultural war. I'm not interested. I'm just not. You're not going to get me to vote because I feel sad and bad. No. You're going to get me to vote for some stuff. This is just back to the original segment. I'm sorry. And for some people, the last 4 years, they've gotten some stuff. Under the current conditions, as shitty as they are, which is nothing more than a testament to their will, which is stronger than most of yours, is why they succeed through the shittier times. They have made it just okay. Yeah, they feel kind of sad and bad about shit. And sure, on the cultural front, yeah, we want more rights for other ethnic groups and the LGBT community and everything else. Is sure, we get it and stuff. Absolutely. But not enough for us to fucking bust out of our shell and put our principles on the fucking line. Absolutely not. Voting and everything else is in a representative government like this is about power. And when you vote for somebody else, you give that person power. Power to vote on your behalf and to speak on your behalf and to represent you. That's why they're called a representative. When you vote for somebody, you vote for a representative to represent you. And if you don't transfer that power to a representative, then you keep it for yourself. Me! And the rest of us, that's white and few out there. I ain't letting nobody go out there, step on no Capitol Hill on Washington, Missouri, or D.C. Go up there on some platform and say, I'm representing the political beliefs of Stephen Graves. Hell to the no. Ain't happening. I'll do that shit myself. In the meantime, I'm going to focus and hustle on the meat of life and the shit that's important, and I'm going to get those things and hustle those things out, and I'll let that other shit take care of itself. Until we get the tangible things that are important, then miss me on some of this other shit in the meantime. And that's how we're going to rock it out. That's how you get to greatness, and that's how we change and turn 2020 around. And that's how we're going to make it happen this year. For everybody who's out there, thank you once again. It's All Gravy. Check us out. Sponsored by the great people at Troublesome Movement. Check us out. It's a movement transforming communities through radical ideologies and important great thinking of intellectual wisdom and intellectual virtue for its own sake. www.troublesomemovement.com. Of course, the podcasts are on iHeartRadio, iTunes, Spotify. We're out there on the website. Always check us out, www.gravyology.com. We're going to keep coming. We're thankful for everybody who's listening. Hope you enjoy, and we'll see you guys all next week.